Hello folks, Sam Owens here with a product that will get you ready for the summer if you're planning on having a pool. This is a sand filter and pool pump set that will add to what you're planning for your pool needs. First thing right off is you get your Vevor instruction user manual. And I would suggest very strongly to read through this, especially if you have not dealt with a pool pump and filter. There's a lot of warning information and things that you need to work with, and there's also codes that you have to adhere to. Right here is a little assembly diagram. This is what I'm going to demonstrate right here of how this is all put together, which will aid you in putting yours together, seeing somebody do it. And here's a parts list. You want to make sure you have them. Filter overview and specifications. You're going to find that this is a 3/4 horsepower pump, which is really good. 3,000 gallons per hour that this can deliver, which will really filter your pool good. I think this is going to be one of the first items that we're going to work with. Okay, all right, let's get started. We're going to work with the filter itself first, and right here on page 7 is a filter overview, talking about the filter and the fact that when you get the sand and water in this, it can be a few hundred pounds, so it has to be in a location that you're going to have it for working operation. So a little bit of planning is going to have to be done, but these are things that I can do before we put the sand and the water in. So we're going to assemble it all that way. And right here on page 8, installing the filter, and the first thing is they tell you to review all of the parts and everything on the other page, which is always a good case. And you should first assemble the drain to the lower outlet at the bottom of the filter right here, and they're showing clearly how to perform that. There is a rubber O-ring right there, and this is like a filter right here to keep things from going out. And you put this part in, and it's a nice snug fit. And then they're showing to put the nut on so you can hold this, and it should just spin right on. And this is a seal, and right here this should go into there, and that's going to seal against this edge right here so that you can drain the water out if you need to. So all this is a drain. Place the filter tank on the system base and rotate clockwise a little bit. Position the filter tank so the winter drain faces the opposite direction of the pump. This is actually the winterizing valve that you'll remove this top to winterize, taking the water out of the sand filter. And this is the pool mount area, and the instructions are telling you to put this on the opposite side of this. And this is the opposite side right here. According to the instructions, the next step is to mount the pump onto the filter stand on here, and the weight of it, and you can see this side pretty clear right here, and the other side is underneath. And now I just push on, and then it's going to lock into these holes, or behind there, right there. there is a lock so that the pump is in position. That's the way it's going to be. And the other one is right there. And our winterizing valve is meeting its requirements, and that is the way it's going to look. The next step it talks about is place the standpipe and under drain assembly in the center of the tank. Cap the standpipe with a sand shield. I didn't find a sand shield, but really anything can go in there to keep sand from going here. It can be a plastic bag or something. You're gonna put this in and you're gonna center it down in the bottom. There's a little recessed place that it can go. And then the step says that once you have it in there, and then you can hold that, fill the tank up with water. It says fill the tank with about half full of water. But the next is you'd want to, when you put the sand in, you've got to hold this to the center and keep it in the center of the tank while you pour the sand in. And they're telling you you must use only number 20 standard silica sand having a uniform coefficient of 1.75 or less. This could work right here. This goes in nice and tight, and we install this later. This could be something that will allow you to hold this centered where it needs to be, and you could just kind of hold that as you put the sand in. The water is not going to be a problem, but as you put the sand in, once you get a certain amount of sand, you can let go of this and it'll stay centered. Since we don't have the sand and water in there, and it would be straight up and down, this is going to go in like that. So then we could put this in. But the first thing we have to do before we do that is we have to place this gasket around there. This gasket is going to actually fit right in to the top of this. It's a beveled area. So this can go around this area right here, and you just kind of pull it around, and it's going to go right. You just kind of roll it right around. Once it gets down, it'll just roll right into place. This is going to be part of your planning, that when you put this into place, it can be changed later just by loosening the clamp screws and move it around before you get everything sealed down. But if the pool is going to be on that side, which I would think it would be, and the pump is on this side, then you want the pool right here facing out that way. So that's the way I'm thinking I would want it. Now, I've got the gasket on there and no sand is in there, and now we're going to pretend that, because it's hard to put this in the center without the sand in there. Let's see, the pump is going to be here. So really, we want this in line with the pump, because that's one of our next. We're going to be going like that. This is the output of the pump, and this is going to take the clamps, and there's two halves here and two long screws with nuts and an Allen wrench to tighten them up. There is going to be a little square cutout on one end of both of them. See, this one doesn't have one, so this is the cutout. You do not want the two together like that, or you won't have a cutout for the other. They have to be this way. You want a little square cutout for the nut to go in that side, and then you want the other one on this side. So keep that in mind. Don't install them that way. You'll just lose the benefit of one of these little square cutout. So you want it like that. One side smooth, a cutout. Cutout, smooth, like that. And then you will place them on here, just kind of guide this around, and it will go right in there like that. And this one will go right here. They give you a tool for this right here, but I have a tool here that's going to work a lot better. And I put this one on the smooth side with the nut holder on the other, and then I can hold this in place and get this right in place, and you can just kind of speed it up and then get it in there where you can screw her down. And this is a nut holder over on this side, and get it to a certain point. You don't want to close up the gap. And then what you can do, I'm going to put this in the correct side, the smooth side, the locking nut I'm going to put into the lock location. I need it at this point. Right here is where we're going to put this gauge. Is going to go right in there. And this is a pressure gauge, which is going to show us how much pressure is on there. And then just pull. See, so the threads are going around, and then you take out this little seal right there if you didn't want a pressure gauge, but it comes with a pressure gauge. So we're going to tighten this right up. Okay, we need a hose adapter to go into the pump right here. Hose pliers or wrench will go in there, and plus there's a seal there. I don't know why they're saying Teflon tape, because you do have a gasket O-ring. Okay, there. Now what you're going to do, and it doesn't matter which side, one is you're going to put this over this, and let's see if we can get it on there. And actually, let's do this. Let's put this over here, because it'll be easier to slide it over. Okay? And what I can do, put this up here, and it's all the way in, and push it up where it's back there close enough. And this you want to get tight so that there's no leaks. It's over here like this, and then you just push down, and this would be full of sand and all of that. So you see, this can twist around like that. They're showing. And then you would tighten this up. And then push this around so that you can get to it easy. Push it down, hold it tight. Give her a good tightening. Now, without the sand and water in there, when it is in, this is going to hold in position. And before you put this on, you would have this all completed. So that's why it's going to flip up a little bit, because of that pressure. Okay, you've got some more hose clamps, and you have more places that you have to connect pipes for discharge, and also one is going to the pool, and then you have this one for your water coming in. This is actually going to be coming in from the pool, circulating out, and then this would be the pump. The pump is right, or the pool is here, and water from the pool is going to come in here, and go back out to the pool there. So in and out, and here is the filter that you're going to be able to keep clean and everything. So right here is your filter that's going to collect leaves and trash and stuff, and that just goes right in there, and it goes a certain way, and there's two little splines there that these fit into, and you will line those up and it will fit right in. And then this is your seal, and here's the top inspection, and you can look down there and see if you have trash in there and tighten it up. Folks, oh, right here you have a drain for the pump itself if you want to winterize. So you have one for the filter and one for the pump. And I can't show all of the connections because that's part of having a pool. And so I think this will get you started in being able to see how the pump goes together. And then these are your connections that you'll make to your pool. So that should do it. And also, got to have electricity out within close to this point, so that's another feature that you have to work with. Okay, folks, I hope this has helped you a little, and I want to thank you very much for watching my video.